In this video, we'll be looking at Base44. Base44 is a product I found on Product Hunt, and when I came to their website, I noticed that this is similar to Vercel, Lovable, Bolt, and any other product in that range. Here's what I can see on their website, which is turn your ideas into products in minutes. The first all-in-one AI platform to easily build fully functioning apps without coding. So they have a way to simply write the prompt right away, and then if you scroll down, you can notice that they have some videos to explain it and how other platforms work, how Base44 works. But I want to actually try how this really works. So let's put in a prompt and see how it works. Now my prompt is basically about order management for an e-commerce tool. So imagine an e-commerce website which has lots of orders coming in, and for the operations team to manage those orders you need a tool which is like an internal dashboard, and that's what I have asked for in this prompt. So let's go ahead and see how it works. All right, I'm prompted to do the sign up here. So let's go ahead and sign up. And as soon as you sign up, you are taken to this UI where it is similar to, again, Lovable, Vercel, Bolt. All of them have the same UI right now, which is a panel for chatting with the AI tool and then a panel for actually seeing your app working. Here you can see I have got this prompt which I initially put in, but then now Base44 is working on it. So I can see that it's trying to identify the key features, the design approach. So it's sort of thinking with you, which is kind of what you do with a product designer. Also, it's talking about component structure. So it has identified that it probably needs order dashboard, needs order list, and it also needs status update export functionality. So this is all part of my initial prompt that I had given. The interesting thing here is I cannot really see where my initial prompt was. So I've kind of lost there, but it has broken it down into its own requests. So far, it has created an order entity, order stable, order details, and now it is working on pagination component. And so it is pretty fast in the way that it is working right now compared to all the products that I have tried so far. I feel some of the products are super fast, some of them are very, very slow, and it also depends on the usage of your product. So as you continue your usage, sometimes you will notice that it will take about 2 minutes or 3 minutes to get your first response. And that is also something that I have seen so far in these AI tools. So let's wait for it to complete. It's been 6 minutes since it started working, and I still haven't seen any output yet. At this point, I think it is stuck. I don't know it is actually going to give me any result or not. There's an option to actually stop this generation. So I'm going to go and click that because I do not see any output so far. So it has probably got stuck somewhere. So let's click on this stop generation. That was pretty much it. Let me try it this way. Can you build the app now? This interface is slightly confusing to me. So at first I can see that 7 minutes ago I gave my first prompt and then it started working on it, and then I said build this app now, and again it started working on the same things which it has probably picked up from the past. So it seems to be working, but I don't know exactly what it is doing, and it seems like it's stuck in some sort of weird glitch because it's doing the same thing again and again. Now I'm going to stop here and probably try another prompt which is much simpler. So I'm slightly modifying this prompt and I'm saying create an internal dashboard for my e-commerce website, and I'm going to remove this pagination because pagination we know causes a lot of issues. So now that I have modified this prompt, let's go ahead and see what it does. It took more than 7 to 8 minutes to come to this point. I removed the pagination. I also modified the words order management tool to internal dashboard. I can see that I've got a dashboard here. Now a dashboard is typically your total orders, revenue, pending shipments, average order. Things that I did not even ask for are reflecting here. I think it's a nice touch to this product. Secondly, I noticed that it named itself, which is Candle Haven. I did not suggest any name. Taking the liberty to name the product, also very good. And then we have order status chart as well. We can also visualize how many products are shipped, how many are processing, etc. I would say this is definitely a step up from what I saw in Lovable and Vercel with this prompt. Now I'm wondering whether I should use the word dashboard in my prompt in other tools as well. So I want to try that out later on sometime, but for now this is what I have got here. And these are the recent orders. I have an option to see the statuses, which is what I had asked for, and then I can see all the orders over here. So let's see if that really works. If I click on view all right, so view all does have some issues. Let's see if it can resolve with AI. Yeah, so basically there's a module that is not found and therefore it's trying to fix that. So here's what has happened after fixing the issues. So I can now see the list of all orders, and on this order list page, I am able to do the actions that I wanted. So for example, let's say this is Ethan's order and I'm about to, let's say, mark as shipped. I could do that. I can also view details. This is brilliant. I can actually see all the details over here. I can also see order details for the processed orders, which is also very nice. Although I'm not sure why do we get these two cross marks at the top here. So that's the only bug that I see here. I can download the shipped order. So if I click on this one, it actually downloads a file, which is pretty impressive. And here I am on the downloaded file. It gave me some data that I could see here. Now coming back to this one, they also have managed shipments. Now in managed shipments, I can see that I can basically go ahead and mark it as ship. So let's go ahead and mark it as ship for the first order here. And I believe this will now reflect somewhere here as shipped, which is amazing. This is basically an action that I have it from here, but I can also manage shipments directly from here. I have an option to filter. So let's see all the pending ones. We've got 2 pending right now, and then all the shipped ones, we have these many shipped over here. I've also got a side navigation. So I can see shipping, I can see dashboard, and I can see orders. Also this admin at the bottom there. And if you come back here, the data just refreshed for this chart, and I can see that some of the orders have been shipped here. These are my recent orders. Now that the issue has been resolved, if I click on view all, it will go to the next page and it will give me list of all orders. And here's what had happened with Lovable and Vercel type of products. I had got exactly this view in my first prompt itself. Now I can see that there's a slight difference in the way Base44 has approached to this problem versus the other products have approached to this problem. Now with other products, I got this page in very quick manner. And so for me, it was like an instant gratification. But here I can see that the product has taken more time in processing the request and actually thinking through the components that will be required for a functioning dashboard, which is basically alluding to their initial marketing claim, that is from idea to a fully functioning app. I must say I'm actually very impressed with Base44. It does take long time, so you do have to wait for about 7 to 8 minutes if your prompt is slightly bigger. When you do get to see the result is quite impressive. I did not actually specify any of these components related to dashboard, and what my actual prompt was only this page. And for this page, it created it very beautifully. In fact, it is much more functioning than the other websites that I have tried so far. Of course, these AI tools are all evolving. So by the time I tried this tool, there are probably other tools also in the market, and the ones that I've tried before have already progressed. So as a product manager, my job is to find the latest tool which can give me this rapid prototype as fast as possible so that I can have these conversations with my stakeholders and get the work done faster. Now imagine this is how a conversation will go in any meetings with the operations team. I will show them and I will tell them that whenever you have an order processing, all you have to do is come to manage shipments, and for Olivia's order, you can go ahead and say ship. As soon as you mark it as ship, it will be shipped and it will reflect there as a status. So let's say we want to do for Olivia, it will show as shipped order. When you show this to your team, they are able to instantly understand how the flow really works. This is different from explaining it on a wireframe, on a whiteboard, or even let's say on a document. This is much better way to communicate your ideas across your teams and get work done. So Base44 has really impressed me. This is really beautifully designed product and it works. It takes time, but it works. I think you should really try this out. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.